You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Whenever you're ready.
Hello and welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 73. We're joined by repetitive guests, Sean and Spencer.
These are pedo guests.
Yeah, these are our pedo guests.
Accusations.
This is episode 73. We're recording on Sunday, July 24th at 10 o'clock exactly, and you'll be hearing this on...
Let's find out. You'll be hearing this on Friday, July 29th.
Friday, July 29th. So we won't have any drops this. Won't have any drops this
So we're
time
gonna be
around.
doing them live.
So we're gonna be doing them live.
Gavin, do the Gavin, where the fuck are we?
We are in the big city,
The Big Apple.
the big
City
city
never sleeps.
of Chicago.
The big.
We're in Chicago.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I mean,
We built the city.
right. We are in Chicago, and we have announced that we were going to do a podcast in Chicago, but
We're on the balcony.
things look a little different if you're looking, and things probably sound a little different. You're gonna hear. We wanted to give the full Chicago experience.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
So we're gonna have somebody shooting pistols off down there.
We got someone from O Block coming by later to do an interview.
Yep.
No, we are on, like Galvin said, we are on a balcony in an undisclosed location outside of Joe Rogan's apartment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing a podcast on a balcony with a beautiful cityscape in the background that you probably can see a little bit, but my big body is in the way.
Big.
Wide.
Because
Big.
there's not enough chairs here. And honestly, it probably wouldn't even work out anyway, so I'm in a standing room only for this episode.
It's for the best.
And really, that's fine.
I think if we keep it that way, we're in a much better place.
Yeah.
We're in a much better place right now, and I think we're going to try and keep it that way.
You gotta make sure your legs don't get like swollen.
They could.
All
I do have
swollen.
diabetes.
Yeah.
He's got Biden's disease.
I do. It's called cancer.
Yeah.
It's called COVID. Speaking of which, Joe Biden has cancer and COVID.
Stage 8.
We're sending
Pretty
our-
sure he doesn't have cancer.
He said he has cancer. Oh, speaking of which, here's my first clip of the day. I'm gonna have to play it through the microphone because guess what? Like Gavin said, we can't play drops, so I'm gonna play this little clip that Gavin has not heard yet. I don't know if any of these guys have. And we're just gonna do it. Here we go. I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on.
I'm also very sunburned. We went to this undisclosed location, went to a pool on the top of a building, and did not wear sunscreen.
I didn't even think twice that it was outside, honestly.
I think I knew it was going to be outside, but I was like, nah.
Like 5 minutes in, I was like, where's the sunscreen? And then no one answered, so I just forgot about
I
it.
didn't bring any.
You don't talk loud enough
Joe Biden has cancer.
to hear it whenever you're around other people.
Joe Biden
What
has
do you mean?
Joe Biden has
What?
Joe Biden has cancer. Here we go.
What do you mean?
What are you guys
Guess
talking
what?
about?
The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window.
Okay.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
See, now Joe Biden has cancer, Gavin. Fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice.
Think about that. That was your first
Wow.
time hearing that, surprisingly.
What
Wow.
was that about the windshield?
There's oil slick, and you get the first frost, you get the oil slick off the windshield, and that's why me and so many other people from Delaware have cancer.
There's a
And
train
so,
going by.
now here's the other thing. That's not entirely untrue, actually. And that was proven by many, I'll call them dick writers on Twitter. for.
What, are you on the liberal media Twitter? You're not
Once
on Truth
again,
Social, the real social
I
media?
was on Truth, but then I went to Twitter, and they made sure to provide the facts, Gavin.
Okay.
And they made sure to let us know that he did at one point have melanoma that he got treated
Melatonin.
years ago.
Yeah.
So he
got a
did
lot
have
of
cancer,
melatonin.
dude. He's not losing his mind, okay?
He's not Ludenzor.
He's not Ludenson's disease.
He's just
Yes.
taking that sleepy medicine.
He's just tired.
He's just tired all the time. That's all.
He's just tired.
So
Can't
Carson,
sleep.
you've been here a little bit longer
Yeah.
than we have.
I do, and I was just about to ask. I've got lots of stories to share, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna take up a decent amount of this episode. Try not to take up too much, because we've been together doing fun things too.
And you've held out on a lot of things that you could be
I
telling
have.
us
I've been
because
holding,
of this.
guys. I got some breaking news.
He's been holding his piss in for 4 days straight.
I've been holding out on you guys again, and I'm never gonna do it again.
He's been edging for the
Yeah,
last 4 weeks.
That's true. So, like Gavin said, I have actually been here. These boys, these three gentlemen, got here Friday
Late
night.
Friday night.
Late Friday night, which we'll get to. We're gonna go in order of our. We're gonna go in order. I can
Okay.
see. Is that the Hancock building right there, Spencer?
No.
All right. So, I've been here since I've been here since third.
He's our resident Chicago fact checker. We don't know if it's any if it's right, but
How about those Bears?
yeah.
So I've been here
Amen,
since
brother.
I've been here since Thursday morning. Now, my whole journey because of Office Hours, the show I work for, Office Hours Live with Tim Heidecker. We did a show here, which I'll get to in a few. So I came here on Thursday on the Amtrak train. Now the story begins, and Gavin knows this part. The story actually begins Wednesday night.
Oh, buddy.
Dun, dun.
Actually, it begins Wednesday. So Wednesday,
Wow.
I was kind of having a little bit of a shitty day.
I
Wasn't
remember that.
right. I wasn't feeling too great. I don't know what was going on. I'm finally out of my funk, which is good.
we
Funkhauser.
can actually understand you talking now too.
He had a
Right.
lot of pus stuffed up in him.
Yeah,
I did actually.
So
That's
much
very
puss.
true.
I mean pus.
Puss,
gross.
pus. And was just feeling real out of sorts. So I literally didn't get much done. And then like late into the afternoon after dinner, I was like, I want to go play a round of disc golf, which is my new hobby. I love playing disc golf.
Loser.
Sean seems to think it's funny every time I bring it up.
It's pretty funny.
And so I went and played a round of disc golf to clear my head, and that was like, I'm so serious, and it was great. Like that, like made me feel so much better. But I didn't get back until 9 p.m. Now at this point, I had not scheduled any of the posts that I needed to for some office hours stuff. I had also, you guys can like say words. You don't have to just
Pause.
point and laugh.
Stop,
Sorry,
Carson.
guys.
All right, go ahead.
Drift for the podcast.
So I didn't get back until 9 p.m. I still had stuff to do. I still needed to pack everything, which is a lot of shit, a lot of equipment, merchandise. So I got back. I started posting at 9:30, and I didn't get done until midnight, and I still had to pack. So I packed, and I didn't get done packing until. Actually, so right before I started packing, I got a call from Amtrak.
They said go home.
They said, "Go home, bitch."
So knock that
They
shit
said
off.
suck my dick, bitch.
Oh, Jesus, dude. A little misogynistic. Got a call at 10:30 from Amtrak saying it was an automated message saying, "Hello, your train," and then they said the number has been delayed by like 3 hours, and like you can choose to switch to this earlier train if you so please. Now, the train that got delayed, I would have been fine going on, I think, but just to be safe, I was like, I'll take the earlier one.
Well, take the
So,
fucking oil.
After finally like being on the wait list for like 30 minutes on the phone, I finally get my train changed over at like midnight. Then I start packing.
That's the wait list is where you get listed by your weight.
Right, and I was at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
bottom. So I started packing. I didn't get done packing until 4 in the morning. I had to wake up at 4:30.
Damn.
So I sat in my bed for 15 minutes just to get some rest. Took a shower, made breakfast super fast, and then I was running. And then at that point, somehow, even though I stayed up all night, I was late to getting to my train.
I'm actually not surprised by that. I figured you were gonna be
I
late.
don't think you were, Gavin. I speeded my car all the way to the Amtrak station in St. Louis.
Top speed of 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I got top at
Topped
90
out at
miles.
70.
He was getting top.
I gave top at 90 miles per hour. And So I get to the parking lot. Oh yeah, so I get to the parking lot.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Where are you guys from? So I get to the parking lot and I pull in and I pull out and then I pull back in.
Amen.
So I pull in, I park, I get out, I grab all of my bags. Now at this point, like all of them are super heavy. I think that'll be enough, Gavin. All of them are super heavy at this point.
That was also you pulling them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pulling the bags out.
I don't think it was that many times though, if you heard, right?
It went in and out.
I get out.
in.
I grab all my
out.
bags. I'm like already drenched in sweat at this point. I'm grabbing the bags. I'm
I'd like to see
hauling.
that.
I'm hauling ass.
What time is this?
5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Sun out?
Sun is barely out. It's peaked.
It's parked.
I'm running out of the.
Its nipples were hard.
I'm running with my 4 bags out of the parking lot, and there's a little thing because it's a gated parking lot that says like make sure you grab a ticket before you exit the parking lot because that's your way back in. So I go up to the machine and I press it once. I wait a few seconds. Not shit. I press it like a million times there. I'm running late. I'm like fucking freaking out at this point. No fucking ticket. And these very interesting characters. I won't try to assume what they were, but some very interesting characters were parked in the parking lot, and they were like
Waiting for a fellow like you.
They were like, "Oh, you gotta hit the button to open the gate." And I was like, "Oh yeah, but I need a ticket though, right?" And they're like, "I don't know, it's not working." And I'm like, "Well, I guess I hope I can get back in." So I said, "Fuck it." I'm like, "I gotta go. Fuck the ticket. I'll get my car out of the impound if I have to.
I'll fuck my ticket.
I'll fuck my car." I think I have a plan how to get back in.
Hop the fence, throw the bags over, hop the fence.
I mean, that's last resort. We'll find. So this is going to be interesting because
24 pounds of C4.
I
Yeah.
will be driving everybody
Vomit.
back.
This is where we come into play.
This is where they come into play. So I will be driving everybody back from the Amtrak station. So I'm going to need all your guys' help to hoist myself over the fence. So it'll be interesting.
We're gonna do a human pyramid.
So I haul ass to the Amtrak. Haul ass to the Amtrak station. Get in. Get on my train. Finally get all my fucking bags lunged over the thing up top above my head. And then I sit down and I'm like dripping. I'm literally dripping in sweat. I'm so fucking sweaty.
Freaking sticky.
So train ride was fine. Whatever.
Someone could throw a phone on you and it'd stick.
I think it
Right.
actually fall off because I was so dripping wet.
Wow.
So right now I'd be sticky though. So
Trying to get the sound.
this is Thursday morning at this point. My train takes off
no,
about.
it's Sunday night.
This is Thursday morning at the point of the story.
Oh, okay.
I get to Chicago at noon, and that night, Thursday night, we had a office hour screening of Drop Concert 2. DJ Doug Pound was showing some videos as well, and so that was that night. So get into the Airbnb. Everything's going good, no problems at all. Everybody else gets there. We kind of hang out for a bit, and then we go out to dinner with one of Doug's friends from Chicago, because Doug's from Chicago, if you don't know. Doug. And
DJ Doug Pound.
his friend owns literally 5 restaurants all in the same block.
Okay.
Like, it's super crazy. And he's just
Prove it.
he's just like this eccentric character who's like, "Oh, we're going to buy you this and we're going to get that. What do you guys want?" Like, he treated us to an amazing meal. And he was the one who owned the place we were doing the screening at. It was like this art exhibit type thing. So we eat with him, which was a fun experience. And then we go over to the screening place, this was my first time ever meeting any Office Hours fans. This is my first in-person experience.
Did people recognize you ever?
I'm going to get to that
Okay.
because that's the kind of humble brag part that I'm going to get to.
All right. How
Have
long
they
is
done
that?
a live performance before?
Yeah, they've done a few in LA at this point, probably
okay.
4. This is the first one out of LA though, which is really cool.
Right.
So, and this wasn't the show. This was just this
Right.
special night screening thing.
They
So-
said no.
They said no.
Mm-mm.
So we
Sorry.
set up the merch. They got the video stuff set up, and then people started coming in and coming up to Doug and stuff like that and saying hi. And then I was helping Matt with the merch booth that night, and people were coming up and they were talking to Matt and they're like, "Oh, and this is your helper. This is Lieutenant," and stuff like that. And I was like, "Hey, yeah, nice to meet you," and stuff like that. And so that was really cool. And then that went really well. It was a lot of fun with that screening. And then after that, we all went back to the Airbnb to get right to bed because everybody was tired because the next day was the actual
That's the Airbud.
Airbud. The next day was the actual sold-out office-hour show.
Humble brag.
At the beautiful Shuba's Tavern. So that morning we get up, we go to Shuba's Tavern at 8 a.m. Get everything set up. Really beautiful venue. Go watch that stream if you want to. So yeah, got all that set up. Got everybody set up on stage. I was again running the merch booth, as well as
being a clown rodeo.
Yeah, as being a clown rodeo master.
Clown.
So, got everything set up. It's showtime.
Carson rode this clown.
He
mounted the clown.
Rode this clown. So, get set up. Everything's going good. Start running merch for like the first half hour while doors are open before the show starts.
Well, the doors are open.
The doors are fucking open.
The doors are wide open.
So people, I don't know. I don't remember anybody like. There might have been a few people specifically knowing who knew who I was at the show. I can't remember for sure. So ran merch.
Oh, they started cheering Carson.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Tim shouted me out at the end, which was really nice. He gave me a shout out on stage. Capping. And
that's not in the free version. You have to pay for that.
That is true. You have to pay for my shout out. You do get to see me in the free version. You'll see me run across.
Take a couple pictures
in front of everybody.
The theoretical version.
I become the center of the show.
Yeah.
So
they put him in the front and center.
Show starts, and this is something I've been holding back from our listeners, is that the surprise guest that nobody knew about was legendary producer Steve Albini, who, if you don't know, produced Nirvana's In Utero.
And that's it.
And that's it. And then he
that's
quit.
It, nothing else.
He was in the band Big Black, which is a really cool punk band right now.
Chicago-based band.
Yeah. I think he's from California, but he moved out here. Or maybe he's from here. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter.
He went to a smaller city so he could be a bigger fish in a smaller pond.
Right. So he was the guest, and it just so happened to be his 60th birthday that day.
There you go.
And so Matt Carlin had the idea, friend of the show, had the idea to get him...
That is true. He is friend of the show now.
True. To get him a clown to surprise him for his birthday. So he gave me the task a couple months ago to do that. And so I ended up going on the...
Someone's mic is picking up all the sounds of the street.
It's these two. Those two mics are really open.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault, dude. Don't do anything different.
I really just want to go home, guys.
So I ended up going on the excursion of calling like 20 clowns in the course of 2 weeks, and very many characters.
You were
that
on
I
your knees begging like Elon Musk to Donald Trump.
And at the end of the day, you found out you were the clown.
Yeah.
Right. And so finally I got lucky with my last one and watched the video that they sent me of this clown, and I was like, that's fucking perfect.
Oh, look at this fucking clown.
So at noon,
clown-ass motherfucker.
At noon when the show started, I was tasked with handling the clown. So I met the clown back at the front, and she was like probably 75 years old, maybe 80.
Damn.
And she was just a character, was full of energy. So I was like explaining to her what was going on. Now
you gave her like 5 shots beforehand, right?
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, the show was sold out, 150 people, and it was like
hell on earth.
It was hell on. It was 3/4 sitting, and the other fourth was like crammed in the back standing. So there's like it was definitely a fire problem. I'll just be honest.
We passed by the fire station tonight. You should go tell them.
I probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna go tell on our show.
Yeah.
It maybe wasn't a fire problem, but it was definitely a lot of people. So
it was definitely illegal.
Let's just say it was illegal. No,
just
it was
a little.
Fine. So I get the clown in. I'm talking to her. I'm letting her know what to do, and she's just like
talking to this clown ass.
Talking to this fucking clown.
Stupid fucking clown.
So we're just kind of going over some details, and then I bring her into that because there's like a bar in the front, and then you actually go into the actual venue. So I brought her back into the back of the venue, and we're kind of standing back there for a second. I'm like, once he goes on, we'll kind of move up a little bit closer. Because I didn't know where he was at this point. I thought he was in the back still. So I was like, I don't want...
Who was in the back?
I don't want Steve Albini to see this fucking clown. And so we were standing in the back for a second.
I don't want the fucking clown to see the fucking clown. Yeah.
Right.
Fucking clown.
So we're standing in the back, and all of a sudden I'm like, what is that sound? Because I'm hearing Tim and all the guys on stage talk, but I'm picking up some other noise. And then I realize that she is like pretty loudly humming the birthday song she's about to sing. So she's like humming out loud the song she's about to sing, but like nobody else even looks at her. I feel like I'm the only one who can hear her doing it.
You're crazy, man.
I'm going insane.
You were hearing it. You were hearing that. She
And
wasn't
so-
actually doing that.
She actually passed away right before.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Betty. I don't know what her name was. Her name was Rainbow the Clown.
Betty White.
So we get her on stage, and then you can see me kind of run across. Went really well. Show gets done.
Mounted the clown.
Sell some more merch. Had the clown do balloons for the guests.
Wait, she actually did do balloons?
I don't know. I asked her if she could, and she's like, well, I got to go in 15 minutes. And I was like, yep, just, do it for as long as you can. And she was like, okay. So I don't know if she did or not. I fucked off after that.
And then next 2 hours.
So then after that, sold some her merch. Merch. And then that night was Tim's show. That night was Tim's sold out show at the Vic, which is like
The Vic Burger.
the Vic Burger. It's like 1,000, maybe 12 to 1,500 cap venue, like a theater, like a big ass theater.
At least 12,000
We've been there
to
before,
get in.
Sean.
You guys saw a Genesis cover band there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So we go to his show. It was me and I also should mention that me and the technical producer of Office Hours, Mr. Wes Knapp, who is a very good friend. I got really close with him.
How close?
Very. I got really close. I got really close with him during this whole
Pandemic.
experience, which is shut the fuck up. I got really close with him during this whole thing, which was super nice. Would consider him a
It's
good
just
friend.
us two.
Just us two doing whatever, doing
In one
boys.
bed.
2020. In
Yeah,
the quarantine.
One twin bed.
Pilates.
Pilates.
Top
So
LaCroix.
him and I go to the show together, and we get our tickets at Will Call, go in, and then the other thing I forgot to mention is that the guys, if you know of Audio Tree, they do some like kind of cool concert
Yeah,
type
no.
things for YouTube live stream.
They do like album recordings for just like live performances too.
Yeah, and they're really cool. I've been watching them for like years now, so it was cool to
One of my
actually.
favorite bands did an Audio Tree set.
Which band?
Vampire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. One of
And
my
Hot Flash Heatwave did a Audio Tree
okay.
too.
One of my favorite bands, Have Mercy, did one, and then this other band, Vane, did one. That's a hardcore band.
Mudvayne.
So Mudvayne, yeah.
Cock vein.
No, they're called Mudbutt. So
okay.
so Wes and I go, and so like I was saying,
You okay,
sorry, I
Spencer?
completely forgot what I was saying.
I'm so freaking tired right now.
So Audio Tree supplied
Really thin shirt.
Yeah,
supplied cameras and gear. For,
I really feel everything right now.
Okay.
So Audio Tree supplied cameras and gear for the Office Hours show, which was very nice of them. And then it worked out because they were already going to be supplying cameras for Tim's show, which is for a project that I won't talk about, even though it's kind of public, but
Can we call it Project X?
we'll call it Project X.
Project ZZZ.
So they were set up. They were set up at Tim's show, and so Wes and I got to Tim's show. We saw some of the Audio Tree guys, so we start chatting up with them about what we do and kind of like what music we're into and stuff like that.
You were kind of
Like,
greasing them up.
we were greasing.
What
them
we're
a
all
bit.
about.
Now during this time, someone comes over to me who I don't know who it was, an Office Hours fan, and taps me on the shoulder and goes, he's like, hey man, thanks for what you do, I appreciate it. And I was like, and then I like looked at Wes and then the guy from Audio Tree, and I was like, see, I'm like, you know what, man, it's just like, because when that happened, we were talking about Office Hours and like, it's really cool to do, and like some people have like said hi to us and stuff like that, knew who we were.
Yeah.
And this guy comes over, he's like, hey man, thank you for what you do, I appreciate it. And I was like, oh yeah, you're welcome. And I was like, that's just kind of how it is for us now. So it was just a very
So the life of a celebrity here.
right. It was just a very humbling experience, and just like very cool to have these people come up and know who we were and like thank us for what we do.
Okay, we get it. We get it, man. You're famous.
That might actually get us copywritten. Never mind.
Oh, that's true. It'll be fine. So yeah, it was just it was just crazy. I was not expecting for any second that anybody would recognize me at all. Like I did not think that at all. And to have like 5 or so people come up and like say hi to me and know who I was and like even thank me for what I do was just like such a fucking, like I was just like riding that high. I'm still riding that high now. And I like was itching to tell you guys that
Dick
because it was
riding
just so
crazy.
I told him that too. I was like, don't fucking come up and talk to me.
You're like, get down on your knees and suck my dick, bitch.
No, I
What are
did
you
not do
doing
that.
here?
It was all dudes anyways. I'm not into that
Why are you even
shit.
talking to me?
No, seriously, it was so nice. Thank
Who
you to
are you?
anybody who came up and said something to me. If you're somehow
Money
listening
would
to
have been
this.
better, but this will do.
You can pay me next time. Actually, somebody did buy me a beer, which was very nice as well.
And then you threw it in their face.
And I said,
He's like, how about this?
I don't drink.
I don't drink, so thanks for asking. So that was really cool. Just so much fun doing all that. So Tim's show was fucking awesome. He's still on tour now, so if you're listening to this and he's in a state near you, please go see him. He's so fucking funny. His show is great. Music's awesome. So we hung out backstage with him.
Girls are
afterwards.
hot.
Girls are kind of attractive sometimes.
Guys too.
Guys are very hot. We got a road race going on. So we I thought somebody just came out on their balcony.
I did too.
So we hung out backstage. We hung out on the bus for a little bit, just talked with everybody. And then Wes and I went back to our Airbnb. And Wes had never been to Chicago before. And so he's like, I want to try deep dish before I go because he had to leave the next morning. And so we before we left, like outside of the venue, we were like looking at pizza places to order from. And it was like midnight at this point. And they were all just like the most generic names ever. And so the place we ordered from, there was like literally a place called Italian Restaurant. But we ended up ordering
Italian restaurante.
Restaurante. So we ended up ordering from a place called Chicago Pizza.
Wow.
And we ordered it. We DoorDashed it or something, went back to our Airbnb, and then got pizza. And it was Airbnb, and it was a orgasmic experience to say the least. And that doesn't just mean the pizza. And so Wes and I literally stayed up till like 3:30 in the morning talking and having fun, joking around, and then he ended up having to leave really early in the morning.
Boo.
And then so that was, is it Sunday? That was
That was Friday. Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, because the show was Friday. So that was literally
Day of
yesterday,
Sabbath.
which seems so long ago. And so,
Because our days are so jam-packed.
right, so I checked out of the Airbnb later than expected. These guys ditched me, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, you want to get into that?
We can get into that. Okay, so that's my bragging.
Prerogative.
That's my prerogative. That's my slight humble brags about all the office hour stuff. Seriously, thank you to everybody. Such a fun experience. I can't wait for New York to do this all over again and have all of my fans come up to me and
You're
say
going to
hi.
New York too?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Oh, maybe I never
No.
told you.
No.
Yeah, I ended up booking a flight, and I'm going to go do the New York show as well,
Cool.
What
which
time?
is going to be an even bigger show.
Cool.
Like probably 300 to
Probably-
500 people, and it's sold out as well for office hours.
Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
You get a clown for that too?
Pretty.
Pretty.
Nah.
Pretty.
I don't know what the plan is for that one, but no clowns. Obviously, I can't spill all, but I can give hints maybe. But I got nothing right now. So,
No
but a lot of
leads.
fun. Anyways,
No leads.
I wanted to get through that as quick as I can, but just because I don't need to talk about it more than I
Let's
already
see.
do.
That was 20 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's not that bad.
That wasn't awful.
That was. Gavin's like, that wasn't awful.
Well, it wasn't awful. I've
There's-
experienced worse.
There's been worse. No, seriously, I could go on forever about it, but I need to stop now. It was so much
We'll
fun.
see. Hey, leave us alone.
It was great. So then, what are you guys doing? Why is the door open?
I don't know.
Shut up.
So
Just trust.
Big truz.
now we get to the point where I meet up with these fine gentlemen who got here Friday night. And I mean, let's just get into it if Spencer wants to get into it. So
Okay.
Well, no, let me start and then I'll let you pick up.
Well, our train got
No, I was kidding. You can. Yeah, you
our
guys.
train
talk.
was supposed to be in at like 11 o'clock, 11:05
At night.
at night. Our boarding experience was very ungracious. I went up to the toothpicket,
The toothpaste.
the ticket booth, and I was like,
Ticket
"Hey,
line.
we got tickets to this train. on like the this I got a train ticket to going to Chicago, and they're like, yeah, go down the ramp and down the stairs, and I'm like, okay. So I didn't know that it was very ungracious. It was very like,
Yeah, you said.
oh, okay, we made it.
You were expecting more of an airport experience.
Yeah, I was, and I was like, oh yeah. I was also like, whenever we got down to like the I guess the boarding area.
Right.
There was a guy that was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "We're on the 999 Washington." And
Right.
he's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Chicago." And he's like, "That way."
I don't know.
I'm like,
those conductors don't give a fuck
yeah,
about you.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Oh, is he gonna scan it now?" So I like had my phone ready, and he was just, and so like we boarded and everything, and we
Bored and
could
everything.
I could have went to like I guess an even more packed part of the train, like it was much closer seating.
Right.
Didn't have like really cool padded seating. It was like bus seating, like
Oh,
2x2,
shit.
like really bad seats.
That's how mine were. What were the other ones?
Well, the other ones were like very not cushiony.
We were at the
like,
we were the
armrests or-
last car.
Yeah, we were the very
Oh,
last
no,
car.
you
of the
guys
train.
walked all
Very
the way to the
last.
end.
No, that's just where they
That's
had
where
us. Everybody who was in Chicago or was going to Chicago was there.
That's just where everyone was boarding. We were just following everyone
Yeah.
else.
So we went over there and
We're just sheep.
Yeah.
You're just sheep
Yeah, we went,
following Joe Brandon.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people were coughing on our train, and I did not like that, especially because like you can tell the difference between like a out in the
Right.
open versus a like into the arm. So like
Slight cough.
Like difference. There's a difference, people.
and
Difference.
these people were just like open mouth coughing on the train.
Well, one person would do it and be like, okay.
That's and like I was
It was
telling the
like- I
guys.
was like, what the fuck is going on? I like put up my. I put my my shirt over my nose a couple
my
times.
mask
I was like, what the fuck?
Careful with that
dude?
wine. That thing is going. That thing is going. Yeah,
The
I was
wine?
telling. Yeah, or the whatever that is, water. I can't remember. I'm thinking. Well, it's Sunday, so I'm thinking about Jesus, how he turned water into wine.
Makes
Yeah, so I
sense.
was telling the guys the same thing, that on my train the same shit was happening. Like Sean imitated. Some guy was like literally for like every 5 minutes was going.
And it was
every
like,
5
it's
minutes.
seriously like, what the fuck? So this was it. At first, I was like, oh, this girl who was next to us or across from us, I was like, oh, maybe she'll be fine. And then she started coughing halfway through the train ride, and she was also vaping.
she was not covering her mouth.
Yeah, she was also vaping too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I
Did
was
she
like,
know the guy she was sitting next to?
No.
Okay.
Oh, the guy just sitting next to her.
Guy we were sitting next to was we didn't talk to him.
You
either.
said to
No.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
The
Talking
Iverson.
about practice. He cool. Seemed like a pretty cool guy, but we didn't talk to him.
But so your guys' train experience
So
is not great.
we had like an hour. We were just sitting
Right.
there for like 15 to like 30 minutes. Just sat just outside Chicago, and it was just like, oh my god. And they're like, yeah,
Oh
sorry
my
about the.
God.
They're like, sorry about the delay. Where there's a backup between some freighters up ahead. And-
Freighters.
Fucking
And I'm like,
freighters.
oh,
Fucking
okay,
freighters.
cool. So we got in around 12:05, an hour later than we were expected.
You know, we actually went to a place this morning and I had an apple freighter.
That's right.
That's right.
That sucks so bad you guys got delayed.
Yeah, it felt like my butt started to hurt too. I got really uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude, I was.
I wanted to get up and walk
around.
around. Oh, that was the other thing. Spencer isn't here right now, but
I don't know
he,
why.
I don't know.
Poop
But
issues.
yeah, poopy. And
Is he in
issues.
business class going back?
yeah,
See,
he was in business class and like he scanned. He got scanned and the conductor was like, "Oh, Spence, you up front." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So he was. Then he texted in the group chat. He's like, "I don't like this."
wait, so he tried to sit with you guys?
Yeah, and he was like, "No." He's
Then
like,
why did he buy business class if he was just gonna try and sit with you?
I don't know. I guess. Here he is. Hold on. What did you say? One more
said-
time. He said, "Shut up."
Okay, well that doesn't really answer it.
Well,
I don't know
anyway.
what the fuck?
So
He's so weird. He's weird.
so
What a weirdo.
So you go on.
So he got moved up to the front, and about 3/4 of the way through the train ride, I was like, I'm extraordinarily hungry. I haven't eaten for like 24 hours at this point, and because I didn't eat when I got back from work. Oh
Light
crap!
turned off. That's okay.
I was like, man, I'm extremely hungry because I got home from work, and I was like, whatever, I'll just eat whenever before we go.
Right.
And I was so stressed out about about our laundry machine and stuff like that. So, I'm like, I'm gonna go up to the I want to go get some food. So I'm like, I tell Spencer, or I'm like, Spencer, where's the food cart? Because I thought it was just like a food cart at the front of every train, kind of like a TSA, not TSA, but like, you know, one of the what's it called? You know, like one of the the plane attendants rolling a cart up and down. I thought that was what it was going to be. So whenever Spencer was like, "Oh, there's a food cart," I was like, "Oh, that's what it's going to be." So I did that, and I was like, dude, you're fucking with me." I'm like, "You have to be fucking with me." He's like, "No, it's like two or three up," and I'm like, "No way." So I was like, he's like, "It's what divides business class between business and coach," and I was like, I still don't believe you. So I took
It's what divides the poor people from the smart
no, that's
people.
that's literally what he said. He's like,
Oh, good.
Yeah. So he was like, so I was like, oh, okay. So I go to the bathroom because I'm like, I don't want to get fucking pranked right now.
Right.
So I was like, I went up there and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a whole like train cart.
He's not playing a joke. He's not
Yeah.
cracking wise.
So
after
Did you
all.
stop by the food cart when you were
got
there?
some
You stopped
pretzels
by
and
the
some
food
burritos. So
cart.
that was an interesting experience. Just
Right.
train ride in general. And also business class was very quiet. It was very chatty in the back.
You
There
did
was
go
a
to
lot
the,
of people
you,
talking.
Did you go and visit him?
He came up to me, but you couldn't hear anything from their car.
Oh.
Uh,
I did not go to the Sean
The
asked me a
anchovy
question,
shop?
sorry. I did not go to the anchovy shop. I did not go to the food cart. I actually brought snacks with me. I was going to go, and then I was like, I don't want to walk all the way over there.
It was moderately priced. I would say it's
What'd you get?
slightly overpriced. Sean got Doritos and
Doritos.
Twix. I got Dr. Pepper and pretzels.
Doritos.
Doritos and
Doritos.
Toitos.
Now, to give a little bit of my perspective during this time, you guys were spamming our group chat while I am trying to do a sold-out show in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, my phone is buzzing off the hizzock while I'm at. Actually, I think. No. Yeah, I was doing the show at that point.
So it was an experience. So we got here.
I hope you read all the
Spencer's-
text because there were some really good jokes. in
Yeah, there were some good ones in there.
Yeah, I did. I went through it that night at like 3 in the morning.
We got here. Spencer's dad tried getting us a taxi. They were charging too much, so he got an Uber for us. We waited about 15 minutes
I
for
could
that.
have fucking told you that.
It was really nice of him to meet us there at Union Station because that's where we landed. It was where the plane landed, and
The Eagle has landed.
The Eagle has landed, and then he got us an Uber to because we're staying at his dad's apartment.
Oh, dude, it's an undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location, but we don't have
Undisclosed
to pay
location
for it.
at Spencer's
I will
dad's
say
apartment.
it's very, very nice of him to not have us pay for the weekend.
100%.
Like, I was kind of overjoyed that he was able to let us stay here for a weekend, but
I have not had to pay for anything on this trip. No, I've had to pay for some food.
food, yeah.
It.
Uh,
And
Probably
like
wouldn't have gone
socks
if I had to pay for a hotel.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But even when we planned it,
Sean's
things
gonna
were
flake
different.
out. Sean's gonna flake out.
Was it really?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
Things are different. What do you mean?
like
You get laid off?
No,
Like an hour into our train ride, Sean's card
Right.
got
that, but I was more referencing the fact that like my somewhat source of income like stopped because he was fired.
Oh, yeah, because you weren't getting paid because it was
Right.
an internship.
Right.
And then
he
you
got an
were-
actual job.
And that was, but then he got fired.
So are you getting paid now?
No, because I'm not working as much.
Right. I know the whole story.
So it's like, yeah.
So we got here, and I stayed up till probably like 2 or 3 in the morning, like probably almost 4 in the morning. Just couldn't fall asleep.
Spencer's
Then a
dad
storm.
snores.
Yeah, Spencer's dad does snore.
It was a really big
Oh,
thunderstorm
I'm
that night.
so
Yeah.
glad I didn't sleep here.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a great big thunderstorm
Right.
that night, and I thought it was the
Great
sun.
big thunderstorm.
Very
great, great, the biggest one, bigger than anything.
One of the greatest underdogs we've ever
Underdogs.
We're actually staying right outside the Trump.
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah,
Say hi,
right
Trump.
outside it. Yep.
We're staying right by Trump.
And then we woke up the next morning, and Spencer's dad was like, "You want to go get breakfast?" So we went to go get breakfast, and went to this place that his dad was greasing up.
What is he doing? Does anybody know what he's doing?
His job?
No, Spencer. This is the part where he needs to come in, and I don't know what he's. Did he say he's gonna go to the bathroom?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think he's
What did
clearing
he
his
say?
throat.
What did he just say? I just heard him. What are you doing, Spencer? Put the mic towards him. You threw up? What did he say?
A lot.
Really? Put the mic towards him. I can't hear him. Do we need to stop?
Up to you. I mean, I'm not going back out.
Oh, you're not?
No, I think I got food for me.
Oh shit! Are you sure you don't need us?
Fuck off.
Well, feel free to come back out if you want.
If I need anyone, I'll yell for you.
Okay, we'll come back out if you want to, buddy. I hope you feel better. We'll be in a few. Well, Spencer
He
has
had
now
a whole
left us.
dish of seafood.
Just means
so I
double the
wasn't-
mics for me.
Bubble mics.
I'm switching. No, you can cry.
Bubble
Go ahead and mute
mics
that
for
one.
me. Wait,
Um,
Sean, talking to your microphone? I don't know if I muted the wrong one. Sorry.
Did you actually throw it twice, or are you joking?
I can't hear him. Put the mic
You're
towards him.
back.
No, I'm not back. I'm grabbing my drink.
Did you vark? Did you vark?
Did you fart?
Oh, so much.
Did you actually? Or are you just being a bastard?
I really did.
Okay. Are you sure you're all right? Do you need some Tums or anything?
I need some cigarettes.
Do you need some Tums? Are you sure?
If I get back sick, I'll call you guys. I'm chilling.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lay down.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well,
He did have a whole dish of seafood tonight. So.
Jesus, I can't. I don't know if I need to talk about the restaurant tonight or not. But what did he say?
You're all right, buddy.
It's
What-
okay.
What did he say?
Ah.
He didn't mean to ruin the party.
Yeah, he ruined it for real.
Uh,
Actually, this means I can
asshole.
sit down.
Yeah, it does.
Hey.
Please welcome Carson Rolfe to the.
Hey guys.
Do you care if I sit in the middle?
sit in the middle?
Because this is really stretching me out here.
Well, mine's gonna be the same sitch, buddy.
Okay.
Here, kind of turn this side this way.
What?
Turn. The
Bring this back.
Yeah, bring this back towards me. Okay. Yeah, but actually back it up more. Back it up more. Might as well. And then I'm gonna come right. I'm just gonna kiss myself right in here. And I'm just gonna.
I'm getting carried.
I'm getting into character. All right. And here I am.
All right, there you go.
Sorry. Well, Figure
Yeah,
it
so
out.
Spencer's
Hey, buddy.
dad let us stay here, and he spent the night, and then we took us to breakfast. Now, Spencer, I guess the way it was kind of presented to us that we were going to be spending the whole day at this, like, recplex area, recreational.
into.
We should have gone to the
complex.
basketball court.
I know I wanted to, and everybody's like,
I went to it. It was all right.
but
They did supply their own basketballs, which was nice. It was, like, nice leather balls. Wilson.
Wait, why did?
nice.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna get into it,
You
but
guys
Spencer
were you guys
wanted
were
to,
doing
I
a
don't
white.
care.
You guys were doing white lifting.
You guys are doing white wall.
No, I was talking about like I remember we were in the locker room and like Spencer's dad really wanted us to go. He was like,
Go what?
he was just like waiting for us, like getting real anxious. I think that was for the pool,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't understand why he. Anyway,
I love Spencer's dad, but
Oh, there's a butt.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even say it on the show. or
No,
not.
probably not.
Probably not. I
Uh,
love Spencer's dad, and I'm very appreciative that he's letting us stay here.
like I still can't. Like that would just be like 90% of the budget I had set out for this.
No, especially staying where we
Yeah.
are is like.
So
Phenomenal.
so we went and got breakfast with his dad. His dad paid for that breakfast. It was really good.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good. So
what'd you get?
Carson texted like 4 a.m. that like he just got back to this place or like just went to bed or something like that. And
This
so
is true.
we knew that he was gonna be maybe sleeping a little bit longer. So we're like, we'll just go ahead. That was really what it was. That was like
Mm.
that's. I mean, it's
The real reason we probably can't share.
Yeah.
Spencer probably would have shared, but once again, he is out. So I didn't even want to get it. He wanted to get into it. I didn't want to get into it, but I was abandoned as a child. No, I was abandoned. But
Well,
it
then
was
we-
fine.
we
It was for
ended
an
up-
understandable
then-
reason.
well. Then his dad came back and met Carson here, let us in,
Which
let him
again
in,
was extremely nice.
and
of
then
to
walked
do
him
so,
back over to the place,
which is extremely nice of him to
and
do so.
then signed him in,
Which is extremely
and
nice. of him
signed
to
us
do
in
so.
as well.
That
And,
whole
Nice of him to do so.
the whole thing they got going on there is really nice, might I
There's a
add.
sniper on the roof.
Yeah, he's
It
got
really-
I see him.
So let's talk about this glorified Rexplex a bit because I got some issues with it.
It was very white. They said it was. Bill had talked about how it was a $500
essentials.
initiation fee,
Which
and also it was like $250 a
confusing to me.
month,
No,
$225.
$220 a month, and it's like a $500 startup fee.
$220 a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
But you got to think of all the amenities they have. They got Okay.
Go through what they have.
Okay.
No, seriously.
They have a boxing
Well, they have
ring,
like a breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Which you do have to pay for.
events.
Yes, that's true.
But you can
But
just charge
included
it to
in
your
your
member
rent,
card for like the
everything.
monthly to add on to the monthly fee.
Still got to pay for it.
Okay, so then they got that gym.
Really big gym.
Gym is very nice,
Okay.
very big. They have everything you could ask for. Like
Oh, cool.
all the stuff that I've seen. Is your microphone working?
Yeah, it's working. Why?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I think it's
Yeah.
good. Here, do this. Okay, there we go. They had like all these unique treadmills. They had a lot of unique like cable machines.
They had a
Oh,
rock
they had
climbing machine.
A really big turf area. They had sleds.
They have a turf
which
area.
is something like you don't really see that often with like.
True.
Is that
Let
considered?
alone
Is that
in a downtown area.
yeah? Is that considered a commercial gym?
What does that mean?
No, I think it's a private gym. This is definitely like a private, like.
Well,
I think
gyms are
commercial because
technically
it's like
private.
monthly. Like
Yeah, I
Well,
guess
yeah,
so.
right. That's not. That's
Well,
not what it
considering
So anyway.
the entire like turf area was basically as big as the gym. that
yeah,
you
they
go
had
to at
like
home.
Olympic
is. Right.
lifting pads.
So
They had chains.
here's
med balls.
Here's the thing. I think you'll know whether it separates a commercial to a private gym. Could you use chalk? Did you see anybody using chalk?
No.
It's a commercial gym.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Listen, man, I got a lot
Hey,
going
this guy
on
knows a
up
thing
here.
or two.
I
But they
know a
had,
thing or two. Look at this fucking shrimp over
I
here.
was-
Doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
I got a gym boner. Thank you. I got a gym boner because they had multiple like specialty bars. So they had
right.
They had
Expensive ones.
yeah. They have this thing called a football bar, like a Swiss bar.
What's that?
So it's like a bench press bar, but only
shaped like
instead
a
of
chocolate.
this, it's like this. And you press like that.
Oh, so it's like
It's just a neutral grip instead of like
okay.
this.
So it has it has like
Yeah.
a bar over top and a bar under, so you can get bars in the middle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So they had that. They had a cambered bar, which is like, it kind of goes like this. It's like a straight bar, then it's like a high dip, and then it goes back to normal.
Okay.
Just like extra range of motion. Then they also had like a safety squat bar. They had a trap bar.
They had that. You had that. Whenever
had
I went down to
chains.
meet you guys after I played a little bit of basketball with myself, play a little play with balls by myself.
Some balls.
You went over to this machine. You're like, oh, this is nice. You're like, oh, look at that. You're like, see, they even got the strap. They even got the
Strap
the
on.
place for the bands. It was like a. It was like a.
Oh yeah, it was like a standing shoulder press.
Yeah, standing shoulder press.
Something you'd see like football players use.
Did they
yeah.
have a do they have a Sibian?
What?
Did they have a Sabian?
What's that?
A Sibian. It's like a almost like a horse's saddle, and you sit on it. Girls will sit on it, and it'll vibrate.
They did.
They had
No
a
joke.
Sibi-
They don't. There wasn't one you could sit on it, but the floor vibrated.
Oh well, yeah, but I'm talking about a machine for masturbating called Sibian.
Close enough.
Close
Did they
enough.
have a Sibian?
No, it was for men.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, only men could use it.
Oh
They
my
had,
God.
Yeah.
they had a cardio area up above the gym.
Huge cardio.
A
area.
huge cardio area. They had.
They had
That's why
air
on the-
resisted machines, like pressure resisted. Really sick.
What does that even mean?
It's like there's like buttons you can press, and it increases the air pressure.
But what
that you
were the
push against.
machines? Give me give me some
Like
examples.
it was basically like a leg press.
Basically.
It's like a leg press.
Oh, but there was no weights. It was just air.
just air pressure.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
that's
you show me a
pretty
picture
cool.
later because that does
Okay.
sound really cool.
What
what was in the cardio area?
Just like free weights. It was just
Every
very
single
large.
type of elliptical and treadmill. You
They
can
had
think of.
entire Pilates areas. I'm not
Pilates.
kidding. I'm not. You know, as much as we joke
Right.
about Pilates on this trip, they actually had an entire Pilates.
They had a
like-
bamboo bar.
yeah, they had a.
Not bamboo. Earthquake.
What the fuck is that?
It wiggles.
Yeah, it's like so
Huh?
much weight. If it's so much weight that it would break a normal bar, that you would use an
No.
earthquake
This
bar,
one was
right?
different. This one you use resistance bands tied to
Right.
weights,
Right.
and the bar itself is also pretty unsteady. So
Why
it's
is
like
the
a lot
bar
of,
un-
like you have to? It's a lot of coordination, really.
how is the bar unsteady? How does it do that?
The resistance bands with the weight add because it's gonna move no matter what.
How does it move though? Is it
It
just really
moves.
light?
It just
Ups and
is.
downs.
You don't need to
Is
show me
that
that
Spencer
too.
talking?
No.
Okay.
It's some
It's
guy
down
down
there.
there.
Yeah.
Some Smirnoff down there.
It just does. Okay.
Right.
They also
So-
had like coordinated classes at certain
They had a
times.
Coordinated-
boxing gym.
coordinated
They had a boxing
classes.
gym.
Yeah, they had actual boxing gym. They had a lap pool
They had a spa area.
Indoor lap pool.
You had a spa.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
like a hairdresser area.
Yeah, they had a.
Right. They had a
A
barber
barber shop.
They had a barber shop. They had
Do you know if you had to pay for that?
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. They had
When I get to that in a
they had
minute.
an entire like machine room where it was just machines.
Oh yeah, all machines.
Just only machines in the. There's like a whole
You know, like
workout
pec
area, but
flies.
just like
So it was like
machines.
Pec flies, then like a big, huge cardio area, and then like a little, not little, big turf area off to the side, and then like a long strip of like, like squat racks, bench presses, dumbbell area.
What the fuck,
It was
dude?
huge.
I see. I didn't
Really
even get
nice.
I actually, honestly, I was very tired. I honestly regret not at least just exploring a little bit more.
Yeah, I was. The only reason I knew where all this stuff was because I was just trying to get to the basketball gym.
Uh-huh.
Like this entire time, I walked around the whole facility.
Right.
And so I went up to the third floor, which was above the locker rooms. Locker rooms were on the second floor. And the third floor, they had like they had an area for like free weights with like mirrors and like it almost seemed like a dancing area with like like bars along mirrored walls, like that kind of thing. And then next door was like Pilates, and then they also had Pilates, and they also had like
Hustle.
Zumba classes next to the actual gym, like Zumba and like that kind of thing. They also had like they had a whole fitness testing center, but that was closed on the weekends. And then so I had to take an elevator that was on the other side of the gym basically to get up to the gym. Or to get up to the basketball gym, and I played basketball for about a half hour, 45 minutes.
And how was the basketball gym?
It was pretty nice. They had like a main court with a it was very open. It was like an open court with a whole bunch of basketball hoops down.
Nice.
None of them facing different directions. It was all facing the same way. So it was like north,
Like
south, east,
compared
west.
compared to like our high school gym.
Very similar to the high school's gym, but nothing on the sides. So it was like
Wow.
they had the main court, like the main court at high school, and then they also had like one smaller court on one side, and then a basketball hoop facing the same way as a hoop, and then a basketball hoop facing the same way. So the ball.
How many altogether?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoops.
Okay.
Nice.
And so there was like 2 full courts. One was a little bit small, like 75%, I'd say. And then the one was like actually like a full court, like NBA size. Like it was huge, like 3-point line out past the.
Oh yeah,
top of the
real
key.
3-point line.
Yeah, like it was huge.
Damn.
So they were the really good guys were playing on that main court, and then they had like a.
So you were playing there.
No. I was just playing by myself.
It
It
was
was,
a
really
cool-
awkward because I took the elevator up with this couple, and god damn it, I wish that they didn't choose the same fucking hoop that I did. But it was so bizarre. It was the weirdest thing. The wife
Were they
was
hooper
taking-
hoopers.
No. It was like this wife and this middle-aged dude, skinny, lanky dude.
His fucking wife.
And she was shooting basketball and he was rebounding for her, and they did like she shot a few times, and as I was warming up, and it was just kind of back and forth, and they played like a one-on-one match to like 1, but it was just her scoring. They scored. She said, "Yay, I made it," and then they dropped the ball and walked away.
Wow, that is weird.
And it was like
How did the basketball situation work?
you could just grab a basket. They had like
A rack.
they had a rack. Yeah, they had a
Nice.
few racks of basketballs. There were
Big
some
rack?
really dirty ones, and there were some really clean ones. The other strange thing was that so you walk in and you have the big court, and then there's like a countertop, basically like a drywall countertop, and like a doorway. So you walk through the doorway, and it's a very small doorway, but a doorway nonetheless. And that's where the smaller courts were. The smaller court was with a couple basketball hoops on either end. But as you walk through the doorway to the left, there was a water fountain room, just like a space cut out of the wall for a water fountain facing like it looked like it could be a hallway to a bathroom or something like that, but it
Yeah.
was just a water fountain in a cutout hole in the wall. And then they had a golf like driving range
Oh right.
on the as you walk through
Like a
the door.
virtual?
No, an actual driving range.
Oh,
Full size driving range. You walk to the right, and it was like golf. It just had golf.
Wait,
And-
it wasn't a simulator?
No, they had golf balls. You brought your own clubs, everything.
But it
I
was,
didn't go in
they
there.
They didn't supply clubs.
I don't think so.
But it wasn't like a net simulator thing.
No.
There was like space that the ball would fly.
Yeah.
What
But
the
it would hit a
fuck?
net. It would hit a net.
Yeah, it would hit a net,
Eventually,
but
but
the ball
still.
would. Yeah, it was
What the fuck?
which was strange because you had to walk basically past the basketball courts, and then before the basketball courts, there was it was like you got off the elevator. There was a Pilates area. Not kidding.
Pilates.
There was a
A lot of water.
like a physical trainer, like, you know, resting rehab center. And then you
For
turn
addicts.
to the left, and then there's 2 tennis courts on walled tennis courts, but you know, like,
We were gonna play pickleball too.
Yeah.
What the fuck did we do?
fucked
what the
off.
fuck is wrong with us? Go on.
So then there were actually 2 tennis courts with like tarps covering them, so all from floor to ceiling, like 25, 30 feet high ceilings. And then it was the basketball courts. Then it was around the corner of the golf.
Okay.
So, yeah, I didn't play with anybody or anything, but I was
Right.
just kind of like, you know, I actually still do have my shot.
Mhm.
Humble brag.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten to play basketball in a long time because the rec gym at our school is always taken up by, you know, cheerleading, wrestling. Now it's gonna be taken up by cheerleading, wrestling, softball, baseball. Any other sport that we have now is going to be taken up by that. So it's like I'm never ever going to be able to get in the rec gym
Right.
unless it's like super late at night, and at that point I'm not going to be trying.
Right. Now, when I got there, we all met up, changed out in the locker room.
I did my stand goal, by the way, in 5 minutes by
Yeah.
talking about the gym.
Gavin did his stand goal.
So we got there. We met them there.
Met
We went up to the locker rooms, got changed out, and went directly to the pool on the rooftop pool. And
Which had a restaurant and a couple bars.
yeah, had a restaurant. Yeah,
you
a couple
still
bars.
had to pay for.
It was a $15 rum and coke
And I got like probably same $15 like frozen
drink.
drink thing.
Yeah, it was a frosé. I think that's literally what it's
Right.
called.
And it was great. Like everything was, well, the food sucked ass, but
I honestly didn't. The chicken tenders, chicken
pool
nuggets.
food.
It was pool food. Yeah,
it was shitty pool food.
it wasn't like
Shit
you
at
know.
pool
It
food.
wasn't like, you know, cash pool food. You couldn't use cash at the place either. That was the annoying part. Because I was like, oh, can I use a card? And they're like, or can I use cash? Because I was like, oh, you know, just, you know, give them a 20, they'll give me 5 back. And they're like, no, we only accept card. And I'm like, cool,
Right.
awesome.
That's most places though, because of COVID, as nobody's
Yeah.
wearing masks.
Yeah.
I
I also walked a half mile while they were doing a workout because I was just like, I don't want to lift weights.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I didn't want to lift weights and like get like a half workout in, and I didn't want
Right.
to lift weights in general because then I'd be
Like a
sore the next
halfie,
day.
you know?
Yeah,
He had a halfie.
yeah. So I was chubbed up.
Half chub.
Then we got chub.
Yeah, so we swam and then we were there for a while, which was nice. And then we left and I literally didn't get to see any of it, and I don't know why I did that. I should have at least checked and looked at everything else. But we
I
were
don't know,
pretty
we got,
tired.
I
we
got
didn't even-
horribly sunburned.
We were burnt.
Yeah.
Gavin's very burnt. So I think we're kind of tuckered out. Now, the other thing I want to say about this place is, now, mind you, we're a couple blocks from the Magnificent Mile, if you don't know, Michigan Avenue in Chicago, downtown. And this place is probably like 2 blocks behind us this way. Or this way, I think it is, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it 2 blocks
I
this
think
way?
so,
Yeah.
And so downtown, and it's like a gigantic fucking
yeah,
building.
facility. Yeah,
like it's a downtown building, and it's huge. And it has all of this shit in it, and it's very creepy.
very
Just
white.
like it's very overrun by white people, and it's just, as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm in a cult, because all of the workers are wearing the same thing. They all talk the same. They're all smiling and being like, yes, sir, we'll get you checked right in. Okay, then you're going to take this and you can come back with it later if you want to.
I will say that we passed by a couple of people who were collecting towels and they didn't say anything.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
it was kind of it was bizarre because like if I were to walk past somebody in the hospital who was like carrying towels or something like that, it'd be like a little head nod or, you know, like,
Right.
hey, how's it going?
Like
how's it
if,
going,
if,
you
if
know?
anybody told me that, like at a few points, I had to remind myself that we were still downtown Chicago. Like when we were inside, when we were outside, it was obvious, of course, but like it just felt like we were in a whole different place, and like there wasn't really any windows
Didn't
anywhere.
make
It
any
didn't seem
sense. Like when I was there, I was like, how is this fitting
right
here?
It's not.
Where are they
it
getting
was
this room
nuts.
from?
Yeah.
It's a little. It's Elon Musk helped design it actually.
Oh
yeah. Took a hyperloop.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was yesterday
Right.
morning. What did we do?
Then we came back.
chilled,
We
showered.
showered a little bit. Kind of hung out for a while. We're like, what should we do? Then we were like,
Hungry.
We were really hungry.
Where did we
And
go?
We ended up going to Nando's.
We got a chicken Nando's.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken Nando's with the lads. So we walked all the way down there, which was actually kind of a longer walk than I was expecting.
He is a bit
Yeah.
far.
You know, it's weird looking at a map because I'm like, oh, that's not that far. And then we get there and we start walking. I'm like, that was a lot farther than I thought it was.
That was definitely the furthest we've walked
Yeah.
so far.
That was like a mile. That was like almost a mile and a half.
That was a mile on your shoes.
Mile.
You need to walk about.
So
on my
I
shoes.
think I on my watch I've been wearing my watch and I
Humble
recorded
brag.
6. I've recorded 6 workouts yesterday, like
Nice.
individual.
Hell.
Like I played basketball. I walked for a half mile. Then we walked to there. We walked back and then we went back out and then we went back from the place and it was just like 6 workouts.
Yeah,
So.
I've been walking a lot too. Like I've been walking to most places with the office hours stuff. So I'm right there with you. My feet,
But
my
Nando's
feet are
was actually
raw.
really good.
Nando's was really
w-
good.
Yeah,
yeah.
so good.
That's
You
not
guys
what
are
I was
welcome.
expecting.
Yeah,
I was
What were
gonna
you
be like,
expecting?
I thought it was gonna be like bar
Shake,
food.
Shake Shack good.
I thought it was
Shake
gonna be like
Shack's like really good. Don't
Right.
get me wrong.
I thought it was gonna be bar food. I thought whenever
Really?
you said Nando's,
I was thinking more like fast food.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was
it's
thinking
all-
more fast
Nando's is
food.
a whole actually, I can get that. Actually, why don't you? Because you're kind of crossed over me.
I was
Yeah.
thinking more like Chick-fil-A or something.
Right. It's.
We almost
I-
went into the Nutella bar.
Right. I think we did that when my dad and I came.
Trying
But
to go to Nando's.
yeah, when we went to Nana's, because the Nutella bar was there at the time too. But that was not my first time at Nando's. That was my second time, and that's why I was like, we got to go here. This is because Nando's. I don't know what the reason is, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty
The only
sure.
reason I know about it is because of the
Right.
quote unquote
Yeah.
meme, the saying.
Right. I'm pretty sure this is true. I could be wrong, so correct me if I am wrong. But there is only Nando's in the UK and probably Europe and Chicago. Like, there's no other Nando's anywhere else besides Chicago, and there's multiple around here.
It's like Nando's Peri Peri.
It's just what it's called. It's just
Yeah.
called Nando's, though. That's the
For reference.
That's the slang.
PER lowercase I, which is
Yeah.
strange.
So I don't know what the reason for that is. Why they chose Chicago or what, but it's great. I love it. It's so good. A little expensive, but I think everything is here
Yeah,
anyway.
I think it was reasonably priced, especially. You know, I was expecting a lot. When we were at the Recplex area, I bet $1 with Carson that they
Right.
would force me to pay for a refill or for a whole
Right.
nother full price thing, because they do at the hospital. They make you pay for a whole nother soda if you
Even
go
though
in.
you're a worker?
Yes,
Oh my god, dude.
and I'm like, they're like, hey, you can't walk out there without you paying for another one. I'm like, are you serious? And they're like,
Make
yeah,
me.
it's just the way we got to do.
That's so
I'm
fucking
like,
stupid.
Okay, so I like paid another $3 for a refill on my soda.
Right.
So I was like, sure, I bet they're gonna charge me like 99 cents for a fucking refill.
Right.
And so I'm like, Carson, I'm betting you $1 that they asked me about it.
And I said that they
They
wouldn't
wouldn't
say anything.
because you had to get your own soda. So I was
Right.
like, okay. So I went up there and got a soda. And then just,
And he was fine. And he gave me a buck.
we went. You went back out, and we went back out. We went to Ghirardelli.
Right. Oh, yeah. So we need to
Ghirardelli's,
get to that.
Ghirardelli's.
I haven't gotten to that.
We
just
went
yet.
to Ghirardelli's and got waited like 15 minutes for
After Nando's.
Yeah, after Nando's. It was a little bit later. We came back and watched a couple episodes of the regular
How
show.
was
and-
Ghirardelli's? I've never been there.
I mean, it's rich chocolate.
Yeah.
I
What'd
mean,
you
like,
guys get?
Not like as in like expensive. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but yeah,
Yeah.
I got just a plain old chocolate shake.
It's a very touristy place. It's a
It is.
very, very
Yeah,
touristy
it was.
place.
It was remind me a lot of Disney World
Right.
because we waited a long time for food.
Right.
We were in a long line that should have went down the stairs, but instead it like curled around the upper area and
Well,
like
there was
started-
no room.
Yeah, where there was no room. Like those were places where people were supposed to be sitting and enjoying ice cream, but it was taken up by lines.
right.
By like a line that like snaked from around and like back around. It was stupid. And it was like, why didn't we just go down the fucking stairs?
Right. So what did you guys get? What
I
did
got a
you
chocolate
get?
shake. Sean
Chocolate
got like a caramel sea
Yeah.
salt snake.
It's just vanilla ice cream with chocolate fudge and then like a little sprinkle like caramelized salt stuff.
Was it good?
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
Had the classic Ghirardelli like chocolate with the caramel
Beautiful.
stuck in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Stuck in it.
felt good. Felt good.
I like
So,
Ghirardelli chocolate. Yeah, so you guys did that
Yeah.
after Nando's.
After Nando's, we went into Nordstrom Rack and I got this shirt.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot we did that. And I almost bought some Hocus.
Yeah,
Lots of loud people down there. Is there an argument going on?
sounds like it.
I don't know. If there is, we'll figure it out. We'll sort
We'll
it out.
talk to him.
Get an
We'll let,
interview.
we'll let God sort it out. So yeah, so you guys came back, or we went to Nordstrom, came back.
Then we went to Ghirardelli.
Yeah,
you went
guys went
somewhere
to
else.
Ghirardelli's, and DJ Doug Pound, was opening for this band Cobra Man, who is on tour right now, and I had talked to producer Matt. I was like, oh, we let me know if you want to go. I don't know if you're going to be tired after everything, but like, I would love to go. And Doug's like, even if Matt doesn't go, I can get you on the list and everything like that. So Doug was nice enough to get Matt and I on. And so it was at this place called the Empty Bottle, which was like a really cool dive bar, like very punky, really like the walls are like shit. And there's like
Stickers everywhere.
the AC stuff is dripping and stuff, like very, very cool place.
Very
And
cool.
It was all, yeah, it was nice and breezy. Yeah, so
Chris Breezy.
Chris Breezy. I met up with Matt there and Doug. And Doug opened. Oh, well, actually, the other thing that was cool about it, and it's crazy how much like all this stuff keeps in the family, and like it's just cool to know that like, this is kind of like I'm able to see kind of my track of like how I'm gonna be able to get involved with like other things, but
Right.
Luke Burba, who is the office hours audio technician,
Okay.
is the touring audio technician for Cobra Man.
Wow. Okay.
And Cobra Man's friends with Luke, and Cobra Man's also friends with Doug separately. So it's just funny that Doug is doing a couple of shows with them while Luke is also doing.
he was their
sound for
opener
them.
and did a couple opening sets.
Yeah, so we got there, and then we got in, and then we talked to Luke and everything, and it was really cool seeing him because like it's just funny that like
Carson was literally on the list.
literally. It's just funny that like every office hours person was here at the same time. Like, some people weren't even like
In some capacity.
in some capacity. So, yeah. So we got in, and Doug did his set, which was really fun. I never seen Doug perform live, and he's just great. He does like kind of like comedy, like a comedy DJ set almost.
Yeah.
So he'll like do some kind of stand-up-y stuff, but then he'll play like music drops with it, or like audio drops with it, and then like he'll also tell jokes with like music. And so like he'll like talk about like a song that's kind of weird, and then like he'll isolate the vocals, and then sometimes he'll be like and then I slowed it down, and this is what it sounded like, and it's like him doing like the voice of it, like saying something funny, and he's just great. So he opened with like doing some stand-up, and then he did a little bit of music after that, and then during that time the place, which was also another sold-out show, filled up, and then these guys, part of this skate group I don't know if they're technically just a skate group called Warble, were playing their new skate video as like the second opener after Doug. And the reason they're playing, because you're like, a skate video opening for a band doesn't really make any sense. But
Right.
the reason is because the Cobra Man band did all of the music for the skate video. And so I was like, okay, I really like skate movies and skate videos and stuff like that, so this will be interesting. I didn't really, honestly, kind of like didn't go in it with high expectations. And as soon as it went on, I was like enthralled. Like it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was so cool. Animations in it were awesome. And all those guys are super cool. I got to meet all of them, and there was like some of them were like pro skaters and stuff, and so that was really cool.
Tony Hawk. You guys meet
Tony Hawk was there. Do you guys know Man Ramp at all?
No.
So Man Ramp is this guy who like literally
Makes ramps out of men.
he makes ramps out of himself. He'll
Okay.
put a piece of plywood like on his back, and people will like skate off of
Okay.
himself. And he always wears the same thing. He wears a hard hat, a wife beater, and overalls and sunglasses. And he has like a big mustache, or like a mustache and mutton chops. Like he looks straight out of like the YMCA music video. And so he was not there, but he's in the skate video, which is really cool. So we watched that, and then at that point, Doug and I actually went across the street, grabbed dinner.
You watched Cobra Man, the entire Cobra Man set.
No, I did not.
You did not?
We left after Warble because we're like, oh, let's go take a break and go to this restaurant and like just chill, get a beer or something to get out of this fucking packed place. And so we went over there, and then Matt ended up leaving to go catch a little bit of Cobra Man set, and then Doug and I stayed there for like 45 minutes or so, just shooting the shit and getting our grub on. And then we went back and caught the last few songs of Cobra Man. And when we got back there, holy shit, it was so hot and sticky in that place.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It was disgusting. And so we watched
was
the rest.
fucking sick.
It was fucking disgusting. Yeah. So we watched the rest of the set, and then hung out with Luke and Doug a little bit. Went backstage and met some of the Cobra Man people.
Cobra
and
Men.
then Cobra Men and women. And then and non-binaries maybe.
Maybe.
And then I fucking went back here, and then we stayed up way too late,
Way too late.
having fun. I think it was funny because I got back, and everybody was like already in bed and like ready for bed. And then I just got back, and I was like, I'm ready for bed. But then I just had this like weird burst of energy, and I think I passed.
That always happens.
I think I passed the energy off to everybody else, because then like for the next few hours we were joking and just like throwing shit and like
That's what
it
guys
was so
do.
stupid. It was so ridiculous. Yeah, like literally everybody was like about to go to bed, and I was just like fucking ready.
I was
ready to
sunburned,
go.
so like I just like whenever you get sunburned, you get like that tired of like
I've been feeling that all day, baby.
like I've been like I'm so fucking sunburned. I just need
Right.
to sleep. It's like spending a whole day at a pool or something like that. So
Mhm.
I was like, I just need to go to sleep. So I was already crawled up into bed and stuff like that. And then Carson came back and was like
ready to
running-
go.
It was like
2 beers in, ready to go.
So then we woke up and went
Yep.
and got donuts at this place.
Literally
pretty
right
close.
down there.
Literally right down there.
Yeah.
And guy owns the place. I guess makes donuts per day. And
You know, I've been occasionally, as we've been sitting here, not to interrupt you, baby, but I've been seeing people walk in there. Like a lot of people. So I don't know if like that's an entrance to an apartment as well, but
I
like
think that.
There's
Wait,
a
you've
tour
seen him
guide
walk.
that-
You've seen him walk in the blue door.
yeah,
Oh,
swear to God,
okay.
like a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, and then I don't see them come out. I think they're dying.
Because I was gonna say I feel like that
I was gonna say.
restaurant is different.
Yeah, I don't know.
and
how
I
does
don't know
that
what's
work?
going on. I don't know what the situation is.
Yeah, well, there's
but,
people chilling down there with drinks, but
this donut place was actually pretty good. You know, it was donuts, but
I liked it.
It was
good-
good. I
good
liked their
old-fashioned
buttermilk donut. It was
donuts.
good old fashioned buttermilk donuts.
Actually,
Right.
speaking of which, if Spencer doesn't eat that donut,
Oh yeah, you're right.
I will
yeah,
eat
he
that
did buy
donut.
that. And we went to Starbucks and went and hitched a ride to the
Las
White
Vegas.
Sox Guardians game today, where we watched a few
Yeah.
dingers get hit.
That was
That
a
was a
lot
good
of
game.
fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
yeah,
Watched a pretty good game. Watched Dylan Cease pitch.
fast home runs.
Yeah.
Was it?
That's really all you asked for is a fast baseball game with a lot of home runs.
I asked for fast home runs. That's
Yeah,
what I
and
got.
so watched Dylan Cease pitch. Watched Shane Bieber pitch.
Justin Bieber's brother.
Watched Kendall Graveman pitch. Didn't watch Liam Hendricks pitch.
Picks. Dick picks.
And
Well, it's the first time we've seen the
Got a
Guardians
White
or
Sox
the
hat.
White Sox play.
yeah,
Nice. Same.
So,
yeah.
Same here, probably.
got a White Sox. I got a White Sox hat. Carson got a White Sox hat, and
Spencer did.
Spencer got a White Sox hat.
We had
as
a
well.
Cuban. How
Yeah.
was that pretzel?
Cuban
fry?
cigar. You know what? It was good, but I was telling Gavin after I took a bite of your guys' Cuban sandwich, I was like, oh, "Fuck, I really want that." So
You honestly
I
should have just gotten one.
should have. Line
No,
would
like
have been
gotten
shorter.
after your.
I wasn't that hungry. I did get
Oh.
popcorn, but even that, I was like, I realized that I should not have gotten that either. But it was
you
good.
take your first bite of each.
Oh,
God damn it!
I don't like this.
why the fuck did I do this? This is so stupid.
Someone needs to make decisions for me.
Can somebody do this for me? So
Spit
White
it in my
Sox
mouth.
game was very
Very
fun.
cool.
But
There's a
my
guy-
God, that line, dude.
Yeah, that
They're
the-
fucking
their situation is awful getting in. Like the Cardinals have like 8 or 9 gates open around the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
stadium.
There were like two.
There was like
Oh,
2
really? Only
gates
2?
right in the front.
It
That
was
was
like
it.
Ours, and then if you looked across, there's like another like little
Yeah.
walkway.
And it was
That
like,
it.
what the fuck?
Maybe
And,
I'm
like,
sure there's more on the
There-
other
I'm
side.
sure,
Yeah,
but there was more. But like all the parking was on this side, so everybody who parked and drove here and got lifted or Ubered here all went to the same gate, and it was just like. But I will say it was interesting to see infrastructure actually based around the baseball stadium. There
Like
was
parking.
like the parking, the highways were, like they had like exit ramps and stuff like that right next to like Busch Stadium is put into an area where it basically shouldn't have been. In my
Right,
opinion, Busch
right.
Stadium should be where Enterprise Center is, and Enterprise Center should be put somewhere else because Enterprise Center is right off the highway, right off the exit, straight ahead, and
Parking
like
lots
a-
around.
and the parking lots around it, and like in Busch Stadium you have to go find someone that pay $5 for parking.
Right.
Like at this place, it's or $5, $10, $15, $20 for parking.
Not anymore. It's more like $25, $35.
Yeah.
They do have a garage though, which is like you said, 25,
But
30
like,
bucks. But
it was interesting to see that they actually had very large
Big
parking lots
glass lots.
around the stadium.
and I do agree with you. I do really like the actual location of Busch Stadium. I
Yeah.
think it's really cool.
They just need
It's in the
infrastructure
heart.
around it.
Right. But I also kind of don't mind that because that makes me feel better that I well, shit, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I was going to say it makes me happy because like, then I feel like if I go to a smaller lot that's going to a smaller business, but I think most of the lots are owned by the same monopoly company
guess.
anyways, so.
So
I
will
think
say
I
I
agree
did
with
I
you.
did I did notice that was one thing I noticed was that I was like literally whenever the Lyft driver picked us up, literally had to turn left and then turn left again to get on the highway, and we were on the highway immediately.
It took a little bit. It was a little bit of traffic to get down
there.
Actually, there, but as soon as we got picked up, we did leave kind of early. But there's still a lot of people leaving when we did.
Yeah.
We were out there
Left in the
fast.
top of the 9th.
Yeah, true. And there was a lot of people leaving, but like it was easy to get out. We were gone and we were on
I
the
was
highway.
actually surprised because it was like wasn't even 4:00 by the time we left. Like that game
Right.
started at literally 1:00.
Right.
That was kind of crazy to me that it didn't feel that long of a game, and like we watched 99% of that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really really cool to go to the White Sox game, and then we went back here and got dressed up and showered and took a little nappy poo. A couple of us took some nappy poos and stuff like that because we were sweating. I got a little bit more sunburn on my right side, so I actually went up to the concourse and watched the game for a little bit because I just couldn't stand the sun anymore.
Yeah. When the sun came out, it was bad.
It was like, I can't stand this right now. The sun hurts.
Right.
And we went to Gene and Giorgetti's down the street, and had some chicken parm. Pretty good, above average chicken parm.
No comment.
No comment. I enjoyed it. And then
Drink was good.
drink was
I'll
good.
say that much.
Again, a
then-
little overpriced.
Yeah.
It was a mixed drink, but
Right.
that's it seemed like ballpark prices for me.
Right.
Like it's just kind of more expensive. And then came back here, got dressed to go walk in normal clothes because we were like in dress clothes to go to this place, and went to Cold Stone Creamery and came back, and now we're here.
We had the real Chicago experience of Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah.
I don't
We
really
did
think
pass.
that's-
We did pass an ice cream place on the way there. Did you
Did we
notice that?
really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
The line was out the door by the time we
Oh.
got back, but like whenever we were there, it was like a couple people in the front.
I mean,
Very small. I bet they didn't
I
have the
haven't-
same like. I like coffee ice cream,
Right.
so I
I've
bet they
never
didn't
heard
have that.
anybody be like, "Oh, you got to go to this ice cream place in Chicago." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like there's like a pinnacle dessert place here. Like you
Yeah.
could say Girardelli's, but like
Yeah.
that's just more touristy than like
Yeah. Right.
good. But so yeah, we did that, and now we're fucking here. Sean, you had a little experience on your way up here with a little credit card or a little debit card issue, huh?
Someone bought money.
Someone bought money.
Someone bought money.
Someone bought something on Amazon or something
Yeah.
on his card.
I don't use Amazon, and I got a text message
Fuck
saying
Bezos.
someone spent like $150 on my card. And I'm like, okay, bruh.
And so
then
we
I
kept
call.
losing. We kept losing connection.
Yeah. So of course I got enough data or service to get the text, but I didn't have enough service to fucking call.
Was there not Wi-Fi on your train?
There was.
There
but
was, but
It would not connect. It would
wouldn't
just
connect.
load.
load ever.
It would load forever.
So then I was like, okay, like
It connected when I was on the food cart, but then it stopped as soon as I left the food cart.
Should have stayed on the food cart and made the call.
so then I had to wait like an hour to get service, like on and off service basically.
Right.
And then it was asking me to type in like the area code, which I received the text message about. Like I'm on a fucking Amtrak train.
You're moving.
I don't know what the area code is of Shitville is.
Right.
So
No offense.
no offense, Shitville.
We
so
love
then,
Shout
I'm
out
like, okay, I'm
Shitville.
gonna-
you. We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
go on
stand-
tour to Shitville.
I'm gonna stand my fucking ground. It's a Friday night at like 7 or 8. So then I call him out. I'm like, they're like, please hold, and a representative will be with you. I was on hold for 24 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I guess it's a dead end.
Was
so
this
then
was like while you're still on the train or when you got back?
I was still on the train. I sat
Oh.
on the train, listening the same repeated message over and over, same music for 24 minutes.
Right.
No one picked up. And then I was like, okay, I'll just call him tomorrow. And then I called him when we were at that club.
That club.
At that pool.
Right.
And it picked up right away. And they're like, yeah,
And then-
your card's canceled. You'll get a new one in the mail. I'm like, oh, cool.
Which is just such great timing to be
So I've
on
been-
a trip
I've been-
to
yep.
another state with no debit card.
Yep.
So I've been covering for Sean, but it's no big deal.
Gavin has been
I got
very
paid last
nicely-
week, and I'm getting paid this week. So
Gavin has been very nicely forking the bill for
Yes.
old broke boy over here.
yeah.
Broke boy.
So
It's
I
fine.
need to
It
get
just
some aloe.
sucks for you.
It really does suck.
We should have gone. We should have done that today.
Should have went to CVS no matter what, but that's okay.
We can see if we have time tomorrow.
Yeah,
CVS
Yeah,
for what?
so
we'll go there. We should go there before we go out, so I can just apply the aloe because
Yeah,
my
sure.
legs are gonna be my skin's all tight.
yeah, so we should actually.
Hard to move.
I'm all tight. Anything else about Chicago you guys want to bring up tomorrow? We got
It's
packed
very
day, but-
walkable. It's a very walkable city. The Lyft
Right.
driver that took us back from the White Sox game, I will say the White Sox fan base. There was a shirtless guy the entire game.
Oh my
Oh,
God! Yeah, we got to talk about
That
that.
was bizarre. This
was
guy,
awesome.
we noticed it. You noticed it first, right? You noticed the naked guy
No,
first.
no,
I
no,
pointed
no.
it out to him.
Sean showed me. Sean showed
And
me.
then he
about
showed.
it.
Then it was like telephone all the way down the line.
It was this old guy who, for me, looked a lot like Danny Trejo.
A little bit. Yeah, he had
He
the
lo-
handlebar
yeah.
mustache.
Yeah, he looked like old David Crosby to me. Like
yeah,
the
he did
singer.
look like David
He
Crosby.
looked like David Crosby without his shirt on.
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't wearing a beanie, but he was wearing a hat. So he took it. So you could see it on my Instagram story today if anyone saw it.
Yeah.
Um,
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday. There was just a guy in the section behind the pictures, the bullpen,
So
for White Sox bullpen.
If you're from Chicago, is that a normal thing? Nobody else had their shirt off though. I've never seen that at a sports game.
And nobody asked him to put it on or anything like
No.
that. Like there was families and things sitting right next to him. and
like,
stuff
man,
like
you
that.
got to put those things away.
And he stood up during
Dogs
the,
away, man.
he stood up
Right.
during the 7th inning stretch and took off his hat, and he had very long hair.
Yeah, literally David Crosby. That's
Yeah.
even better than Danny Trejo.
Imagine a shirtless David Crosby.
What if it was
Right.
like one of those shirts that like
Looks-
is made to look like you're
yeah,
naked?
yeah. No, this
He
guy
had
was
us
definitely.
fooled the whole
I
time.
mean, he had a
he
hair.
no,
had
he was definitely-
leathery skin.
Yeah,
my
he was
friend.
leather.
Like this guy probably goes everywhere
I mean, you
without
could probably
a shirt.
throw a phone on his skin and it'd
It's
stick.
thick. Yeah.
It'd stick, but for different reasons. Yeah, I need to. We should like research that so we can come back next week and
Find this guy.
crack into what's going on
So
with that.
I liked. There was a guy that I asked a guy we have disposable cameras we've been taking stuff with just
Right.
because like Carson has a film camera but we can't really use it because it's broken.
It's broken.
It doesn't
and you get a
work.
new one.
It broke.
It doesn't work. I don't think it broke per se, but it just
I don't think
doesn't
it ever
work.
works.
Yeah. So we've been using these disposable cameras as like film cameras and
The next
hopefully
best thing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean it's
I like 'em.
affordable, much affordable. I like it.
You
and
know,
it's
there's
fun.
a app on your phone that acts similar, but I mean,
That's not film.
not the
fucker.
real shit.
Tell me where you put the film in at on your phone, and then I'll get the app.
So
Going back and
so I asked him to take our picture, and he knew how to. It was nice because I asked an old guy. I was not going to ask
Yeah.
anybody younger than us
right.
or anyone around us
Unless
that
it was a
looked.
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Unless it was a pink-colored Polaroid.
Yeah, or like
pink
teal.
pussy-colored
Yeah.
Polaroid.
Yes.
And so I was like, I'm gonna ask this old guy. I know he
Right.
knows about disposable cameras.
What did he say about me?
He said the guy in the end you might get cut in half
Okay.
or something like that. He's like, yeah, you might be a little cut off.
Because I was
but-
eating popcorn, I was like,
yeah.
and then he like
Mhm.
that. He said that, and I was like, oh, and then he like went like that, and I was like, I don't
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
know what he said.
Seemed like a
You're
nice
like,
guy.
mhm.
There was a couple
Popcorn?
Guardians fans in front of us.
Popcorn?
It was very.
Yeah, there was.
There was a guy sitting with
Disappointed.
the Chief Wahoo on
Yeah.
his sleeve.
Standing his ground.
Yeah, he was standing his ground.
He
There was, I
certainly
would say
was.
that there was a surprising amount of Cleveland Guardians fans there.
Was there?
Yeah,
I didn't know
We're
that.
not that far from Cleveland, right?
I don't think so. Just a couple hours.
I have
Just,
no
you
idea.
know, like maybe about as long as a drive it is from here to St. Louis.
I'm not going to comment
I
on
think
that
it's
because
about
I don't
4 or
want to get
5 hours.
canceled.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't want to get canceled.
But
if
I saw like
say
a
that.
Francisco Lindor
Bless you.
Guardians jersey, Indians jersey.
in the store.
Formerly, no, down,
I know.
down the street. That like there was just like
Here?
yeah,
Oh shit!
yeah, like
What?
What? I saw a couple people with Cardinals shirts on today.
yeah. I did
I saw
notice that
there's
too.
two nice ladies, and then I saw a man going in Starbucks, with Cardinals shirts on. I was
Yeah.
like,
Starbucks.
fuck yeah, Starbucks,
Yeah.
Pilates.
Oh yeah, that was the
Plus
other funny thing. We went to Starbucks and the guy asked me how my day's going, and I said yeah.
yeah, I got to witness that whole experience
Uh,
without.
And then
having-
we were in the Uber, and you're like, we were talking about how good the White Sox were.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
he's
so- he's like,
I used to
oh.
watch them when
I
they were
was-
good.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like 2005. And he's like, oh yeah, it's a vibe.
Oh yeah, it's a vibe.
That's gonna
Yep.
be. You know what? That should be. So whenever the Let's Go Brandon thing happened at that NASCAR event,
Yeah.
it was because the announcer thought these people saying "fuck Joe Biden" were saying "Let's,
Let's
go, Brandon."
Yeah.
So now I think instead of saying it's a vibe, we should say 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Oh, 2005 right now, dude.
Yeah. That's
Oh
so
man.
2005.
Oh, man,
2005 right now. No, you can't say it's 2005. You gotta say 2005 right now, dude.
2005.
Oh man, 2005 right now, dude. So that's gonna be our new thing. I just decided I'm pretty smart.
It's gonna catch on.
It's gonna catch on. All of our fans are gonna say that. If you see me in New York, come up to me and say
It's
2005 right now.
Yeah, 2005 right now.
Hey man, this show 2005 right now.
Yeah.
Come up to me and say that, and I'll give you. A
there
kiss.
was whenever we were walking back from Ghirardelli, there was a lot of cops. There was a very heavy police presence down on the street.
It was Saturday night. This is like, well, even our Uber driver, even our Uber driver said that this is like a club.
Yeah, club area.
No, not Club Street.
Yeah.
Ayo.
But the driver talked we got kind of stuck in traffic there for a minute, and he talked the entire drive, and it was very entertaining.
It was good entertainment.
Yeah, it was good entertainment. It wasn't bad. It was very nice.
And it was fun, and they were all very nice. It's just like, it sucks being the person, because they were like small cars, so they're cramming 3 in the back, and I'm sitting in the front just to take the piss. But it always sucks like being the person in the front, because you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
And I did, which is fine. Again, I love both.
The
those
occasional
guys, but
bumping of the elbows. on
Yeah,
the center
that guy
pad.
was a big elbow bumper.
Really?
And a big cheerser. Did you see that happening?
Yeah.
That was
That was a
funny.
little bit you guys were doing.
He hit.
Yeah, we were doing bits.
I did notice that he hit his head on his sun visor.
He did?
Yeah, he hit.
Oh no,
yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta talk. Dude, there's so much to talk about. We gotta talk about the Cold Stone door.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah. So
That
the
was
Cold Stone
crazy.
tonight, there were like 3 or 4 delivery drivers that I thought were trying to cut me in line. So I was
that's funny.
so I told him I was like, hey, we're in line. Lion would be behind my friend here.
Right.
Oh, I think you're behind.
Yeah,
him.
and so he's
Get
like
to the
no,
back.
he's like no, and he showed me like the delivery app, like Uber Eats or something like that.
Uber.
And I'm like, oh okay. And so he
your
went
breath.
yeah, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Stupid
So
fuck.
then I was like, okay. So he got it, and it was like 2 bags, and he tried pushing the door a couple times, like multiple times. Like this man was trying
Like
his
full
very
body weight.
Yeah, like full body weight into the door, and it was supposed to be a pull door because you push in.
It was
and
obviously a pull door
Yeah,
because
'cause
it
he
only
walked
had a
in.
handle.
It-
Well, so like the door
You
only
walked
had a
in.
handle, and the outside had a bar, which
Yeah.
obviously means push. The other one means pull.
And
That
this,
was
but
so
the
fun.
craziest
Oh
thing is
my
that
God.
you walked in through the door where you pushed in.
Right. So
That's the craziest thing
so-
to me. Somebody was like, "Yeah, I forgot how
The
doors
first
work."
guy
we
Yeah.
were Sean and I were
pushed,
already
and he's
cracking
like,
up.
oh, okay.
Sean and I were
Yeah.
already cracking
So we were
up.
like, that's pretty funny.
And I'm like, that would be crazy if it happened again. I'm like, no way that this person actually thought that. Like, I'm like, no way that many delivery drivers like.
So
that,
then-
like that can't be every delivery driver. And then the very
Seconds
next person,
later,
the very next person came and tried pushing on the door.
Wait, this
again.
time he put his shoulder into
Yeah,
it.
he was like, all right, gonna go out can't go out the door.
Yeah.
And then
That was
I
so
had to
funny.
pull the door open for him.
and
I was
like
I-
again, start laughing,
And so
then
I'm like, okay. I'm like, there's no way every delivery driver. I literally said this out loud in Cold Store Creamery. I was like, there's no way every delivery
cold
driver
blood.
in cold blood. I was like, no way every delivery driver that comes in here is pushing on this pull
Right.
door. And then 5
Seconds
seconds
later.
later, another delivery driver goes in the door, grabs the bag, and tries pushing out the same fucking door. And it happened one more time after that, I'm pretty sure.
And then
That's so
I
good.
am just like, after the last one, I just like, after they leave, I'm just like, I lose it. I just like let out this biggest cackle ever because I couldn't handle it.
I was in
like,
awe.
this is amazing.
I was in awe that many people could immediately forget. I mean, like, I guess because you're literally
Right.
doing your job.
It's some shit I would do.
Yeah, but it's like, it's so funny because, even on most doors, it was like pull or push
Right.
above the handle, but there was nothing on that door
Right.
that
And
would indicate
the first
that.
the first guy, Sean and I started laughing just because we thought it was just funny how
Yeah.
long it took for him to figure it
Yeah,
out.
and he had his hands full too,
Right.
so like he couldn't open the door.
But it was just the fact that it just like kept happening that it
Yeah.
was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, you guys know you can flip the door, Cold Stone. You guys
Right,
can probably,
exactly.
or the landlord can probably just flip the door. So, but the thing is that if you open up the door, if it's opening out into the sidewalk, you're gonna hit pedestrians as like you're
and,
opening the door.
And also wind, like it's the windy city,
Yeah.
obviously. So
Yeah.
that wind will blow that door open and it'll never stay closed.
I will say my hair looked very windblown yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked
yeah, it did. You look like shit.
Well, because
see
it's
that thing?
I should have worn a hat. It's a windy city.
Right. So
We're coming up on an hour and a half.
yeah, we
here.
really got to wrap it up because this thing's pretty low right now, and I don't
So
want it to die.
my Carson, what are you listening to this week?
So this week, I obviously, like I mentioned, I was at a Cobra Man show last night, and in preparation was listening to Cobra Man, and also was listening to Cobra Man today. And my God,
Spencer.
No, I gotta check my Apple Music.
Oh, okay.
and my God, I am in love. I love Cobra Man. It's so much
Very
fun.
like power pop Devo.
Yeah, power pop Devo, David Byrne, Talking Heads
Yeah.
type stuff. It's just so much fun, and to meet those guys was so cool. And this is crazy. This is their first tour ever.
Wow.
And they've came out with like 2 albums and like probably been around since like, I don't know, a long time, 5-10 years maybe.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. First tour ever. They've sold out almost every single show, I think besides one of them.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. Their music is so cool. Their live show is even better. They're one of those bands that is like way better live in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I
They
bet.
wear like
Yeah.
sequence outfits. It's
Yeah.
super cool. I think I'm just gonna recommend Cobra Man. I was gonna recommend a song, but honestly, like they're pretty popular, but I think they're not popular enough that like I can recommend the band comfortably and know that a lot of people haven't heard them.
Right.
So Cobra Man, listen to fucking Cobra Man, please.
This week I did have a week out of the IV room, but I was still listening to. I listened to a shit ton of Genesis while I was in the IV room for like 7 days in a row.
Surprise.
And so this week I am recommending Genesis's 1973 album. I think it's 1973. Selling England by the Pound. They have Cinema Show, Firth of Fifth. I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe, and a couple other songs that I don't really know the names to, and like Battle of Epping Forest and
Right
stuff
on the
like
money in 1973.
that. Yeah, that was right, 1973.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Shocking.
There's a lot of songs that I recognize the guitar licks in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a nostalgic album for me. I just remember my dad, playing video games and listening to the album, and
Right.
enjoy the album as a whole. It's a very good album. It's very instrumental.
I can't wait till we get to the point where Gavin's recommended every Genesis album, and I feel like
I think I've literally recommended every single Replacements album, so I can't.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay.
For the
A lot
most
of
part.
Spoon albums too.
Say what?
A lot of Spoon albums.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Some Black Keys
Yeah.
albums.
I think I've recommended all that Black Keys
You need
albums
to
that, in
start
my
breaking
opinion,
out, dude.
the thing is that I try to listen to the album from Emery Rose or something like that.
Emma Rosa.
Yeah, Emma Rosa. Yeah, I listened to like the first 9 or I think like the first maybe 6 songs on the album that you recommended, and no, the camera's gonna turn off here.
Can you turn that back on real quick, Sean? Sorry.
I couldn't really get into it. It was just.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it, and I didn't. I need to charge my headphones actually before we go on the train, so I should probably do that tonight.
What about the Have Mercy album?
Have Mercy, I didn't listen to that.
Okay.
one. So I might listen to that on the way back, but
Yeah. Oh, just see
Yeah.
what you like. Listen to Cobra Man too.
yeah, I need to also. I don't know. I just have such a short attention span. So
I get you. Ooh, buddy, you poor thing.
yeah. I enjoy that. I enjoy that album. It's encapsulating of. It's very. There's a couple parts in it that are very medieval music-y sounds.
Nice.
Which is I don't know. I just.
Some loot.
It's really reminiscent of Spinal Tap, the movie, which you really need to see. That is a
know,
very
I
good
know,
movie.
I
It is
know.
so fucking hilarious.
I need to see if it's on streaming services.
Yeah.
And just watch it.
We could try tonight.
That'd be cool.
It's very funny.
Sean, what do you listen to? And then we really need to wrap it up.
I've been a bit on a
Bit on-
classic rock kick. And
All
I
right.
realized how many good hits there are on The Cars
So good.
Debut album.
debut album. That's
Nice.
it. That's
That is a
Need I
very-
say
I w-
less?
You know, I did
Need I
listen.
say more?
I did listen to that album in the Ivy Room as well.
Nice.
But
hit
I'm glad-
after hit. That's all I
yeah.
gotta say.
Yeah.
Cars are great. What the fuck was that?
There's a guy with
The-
the guns in the back.
Oh, shit.
It's-
There's a guy with Mike.
No, it actually is kind of crazy because it's like 90% singles. There's like one song I don't.
Yeah,
really
like their greatest hit album is every single song on that album besides like one or two.
Yeah, which is just crazy.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up, guys. This was so much fucking fun doing it on the balcony tonight with looking at the cityscape.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys have a good view. I know it got a little bit dark about halfway through just because I brought a very small light that battery span isn't very long. So hopefully you're seeing us okay. A little bit of mood lighting.
You can
and
definitely hear us okay.
yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the city sounds. And We will be back next week with just Gavin and I back in our hometown.
Back in LR.
Back in Alaska. So
Back in AL.
right,
Alabama.
right now I'm sure the outro music's playing, and in just
Yeah.
a second Trump's going to say goodbye.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be here listening to you. You'll be here listening to us. Keep watching, keep listening, keep sharing. We'll be here. You'll be listening to us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, bye.